Hi everyone, welcome back to Inks English. I'm Alice.
And I'm Lina. We're so glad you're here with us today. If you're new to the channel, this is a place where we share stories to inspire, motivate, and make learning English something exciting and real.
That's right. And today, we want to talk about something we all experience, feeling stuck. When you want to change, but you don't know where to start. You know, it can feel overwhelming, right, Lina?
Oh, definitely. I think we've all been there. You feel like you're stuck in a routine, and it's so hard to take that first step towards change. But here's the thing. You don't have to change everything at once. Sometimes, the smallest change can lead to the biggest transformation.
Exactly. And today, we're going to explore how you can begin that journey, how to start when it feels like there's too much to do. Let's talk about how to take that first step no matter how small.
So, Alice, let me ask you, when was the last time you felt like you were in a place where you couldn't move forward? I mean, like really stuck?
Wow, good question. I think the last time I felt stuck was about 6 months ago. I had just moved to a new city, and everything felt unfamiliar. Work was overwhelming, and I was constantly tired. At one point I thought, this is my life now. I can't change this. But then something clicked in my mind. I realized that change doesn't have to be huge. It can start with something tiny.
I love that. So, what was that tiny change you made?
Well, it started with something really simple. I decided to get out of bed 15 minutes earlier than usual. It was a tiny step, but those 15 minutes gave me time to breathe before the chaos of the day started. It felt so good to have just a little bit of control.
That's a perfect example. Sometimes, we get so caught up in thinking that change needs to be drastic. But a little change can actually have a big impact. I had a similar experience when I was trying to get more organized. For the longest time, my desk was a mess. I felt like I couldn't focus. But then one day, I decided to spend 10 minutes a day just organizing one part of my desk.
10 minutes? That's it?
Yep. I know it sounds small, but after a week, my desk was completely transformed. And you know what? That 10 minutes helped me feel more in control of my work and more focused. It's amazing how something so simple can create a sense of accomplishment.
I love that. It's all about starting small, right? And I think one of the biggest challenges is waiting for the perfect time to start. But here's the thing, there's never going to be a perfect time. We always have excuses. But if we don't start now, when will we?
Exactly. And I know that sometimes we think, what's the point of doing something so small? It won't matter. But it does matter. Small actions add up over time.
Right. I remember the first time I decided to exercise regularly. I told myself, okay, today I'll work out for an hour. But after just 10 minutes, I was exhausted. It felt like too much. So I started again, but this time I said, I'll only work out for 10 minutes. And that worked. After a while, I built up to longer workouts, but it all started with those 10 minutes.
That's so true. We often think that if we don't give 100%, then it's not worth it. But sometimes, it's the small, consistent efforts that make the biggest difference.
Exactly. And you know what's interesting? I think this applies to learning English too. I used to feel like I had to know everything before I could start speaking. But then I realized that you don't need to know everything. You just need to start where you are.
That's so important. I felt the same way when I was learning English. I used to be afraid of making mistakes. But then I thought, what if I made a mistake and learned something from it? So I started practicing speaking, even if it was just a few sentences a day. And you know what? It worked. Those small conversations added up. And now I feel so much more confident.
Yes, that's the power of small actions. They create momentum. And before you know it, you've built a habit.
And remember, no action is too small. Every little step counts. Even if it's just deciding to drink more water or take a 10-minute walk every day. Those small decisions create lasting change.
Wow, I'm feeling so inspired right now. It's amazing how small actions can have such a big impact. So, before we wrap up, we want to ask you, what small step are you going to take today? What's one thing you can do to start moving towards your goals?
And remember, you don't need to do everything at once. It's about progress, not perfection. Start with something small and keep going. You've got this.
If today's video inspired you, we'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell us what step you're going to take. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new story or tip that can help you grow and learn. We're here to support you every step of the way.
Thank you so much for being here today. We hope this message reminds you that change starts small, and every day is a new opportunity to grow.
Remember, no matter where you are on your journey, you're one step closer than you were yesterday.
Take care, everyone. Keep moving forward and see you in the next video.